All right, we're back. We are back. I'm not sure if this is going to open up a new chat, a new something. I don't know. I'll have to wait to see what you guys say. I don't know if I have the right chat. I don't know. Every time I refresh, it makes me watch an ad. Bob must be rolling in the dough. Maybe. That's my plan all along. I am back. Okay, hopefully this is still the same one. So, I knew not to Google stuff. Like, last week, I knew not to Google stuff because it was going to give me the blue screen of death. And, I don't know. I got super chat. I forgot about it. I Googled blue screen of death. It might be time for a new computer. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. 3 weeks in a row with blue screen of death. Might be time. Anyways, I do not have that super chat or question anymore, Zach. You might have to repeat it and use common names. Common names. Do you know an IT guy? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The problem is the computer is about 8 years old, so there's not much I can do about that. I want you back. Oh, man, gosh. Almost made me sing. Guess who's back? Bob is back. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Guess who's back? How many of these songs can we have? We need everyone to hit the like button again. If it's a new one, I would appreciate it. Harry Puffer. Ooh, Harry Puffers are awesome. So I had a Harry Puffer. I don't know if the video is still on my channel, like 4 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't even know how long ago. But yes, in my experience with Harry Puffers, they do need their teeth trimmed. So snails, things like that. 8 years old, that's like 120 in human years. Yeah, I know. It's, I think I would look, but I'll probably give me blue screen of death again. I think it's a 3rd generation i5, however old that is. 3rd generation i5. I mean, I have the case open right here, but I'm pretty sure that's 3rd generation. Yes, it is a new one. New chat. Bob's pewter like a mechanic's car. What's up, Chris? Sorry about them Eagles. Go Rams. Oh, jeez. Yo, Bob, hope you had a good week so far. Have you answered Zach's questions yet? Yes, I think it had to do with the teeth of a Harry Puffer, and yes, they do need to be trimmed. In my experience. Rest in peace, my Harry Puffer. Yes. Yep. Yep. Bob, if you want some Africans, hit me up. I will send you some juvies of your choice. Do you have Copetochromis? If you have Copetochromis, that's what I want. Top 3 advice on how to keep them. I don't think you want my advice. But actually, Harry Puffer is one of the few puffers that I've actually researched a lot. And again, it's one of the puffers that are going to be like, you know, your tank is only for that puffer. As far as water parameters, it's pretty neutral, like all the way across the board. Like just standard tropical temperatures, 78 degrees, 7 pH-ish. You know, it can go higher, it can go lower. It's pretty forgiving. But yeah, my main advice would be don't put anything else in it because it will die. They are crazy angry fish. So yeah. I think you know the answer to that, Tyler. I think you know the answer. But if you have a chance to get a Harry Puffer, there was a huge one at Aquarium Co-op like a year ago. And I don't know why I didn't get it. Like I said I was going to get it. I told Corey I was going to get it. And I just never went and got it. Or I don't know what happened. But it's definitely a fish that is worth dedicating a 40-gallon breeder to. It's probably the best looking puffer in my opinion. Try using another device like a tablet or phone to Google something. That would probably be smart, wouldn't it? Yes, guy with 150 gallon to replace my leaky 125 just called and said I can get it tomorrow. Awesome. There you go. Problem solved. How do you tell what fish will cross if they share the first part of their scientific name? They cross. Not necessarily. I mean, it depends on like how far up the chain you go, but like a hypensistrus won't crossbreed with an ancistrus. So yeah, and even then, you know, it kind of depends on the fish. But normally you can find out online if they will or if they won't. But yeah, usually, as far as how fish are listed online, the first part of the scientific name is probably what you want to look at. Best aquarium plant for propagation and some profit could be slow growers, got lots of time. Well, if it's slow growers, then it's probably not going to be a lot of profit. It really depends what you're going for. You said some profit, so probably like crypts are always a good one. I find that people always want crypts that are submersed grown, because buying crypts that are immersed grown and then waiting for them to die off and then regrow is a pain. So selling submersed cryptocorans is usually pretty good. They're really slow growing though, so I wouldn't say some profit. I would say very little profit, but still some profit to be had. Can a 9-inch common pleco and a 3-inch bristlenose pleco live together in a 75-gallon? As long as there's lots of hiding places for the little guy, you might be all right. But even then, like, I don't think a 75 is going to be big enough for the common pleco long term. Cleaners for a 45-gallon tank with Amazon puffers. I have some uneaten food. Vibrobrites is reaching the bottom. Oh, definitely go with Corridoras. Corridoras for sure. They will love Vibrobites. Absolutely. Plus, Corridoras are pretty awesome. That's what I would go with. Really, any catfish, like any smaller catfish would do, but Corridoras would be awesome. Hello, Ron. Hello, I made it. Love you, Bob. What's up, Susan? Susan for South Lake City Aquatics. How you doing? Already propagating bronze crypts. Long-term project. Yeah, but other crypts, like, what crypt did I just get yesterday? Crypt Pink Panther, I think. It's not Pink Flamingo. It might be Pink Panther. I don't remember. Did you try to bail on us? No. The reason I started 10 minutes early because I knew I was going to get a black screen of death, and so I start a blue screen of death. So I started early to compensate for my computer going to the blue screen of death. So we're almost even. I got back in under 5 minutes, so we're all right. We're all right. I still got another blue screen of death, or enough time for another blue screen of death. I like the Flamingo Crypt. Yeah, it's a nice one. I have it in one of my tanks. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure Crypt Pink Panther is what I just got yesterday. Dwarf Sag growth rate compared to dwarf hairgrass and low-tech tanks with fluval stratum. The dwarf Sag will grow faster than dwarf hairgrass in a low-tech tank with fluval stratum, if that's what you're asking. So I'm not going to say it's going to grow fast, but it will grow faster than dwarf hairgrass. Definitely. In my experience, dwarf hairgrass will carpet a low-tech tank. It will just take like a year. It'll take a long time. I have Copetochromis Mulatto Undo. Oh, one I haven't kept before. That's pretty cool. I've kept the Mulatto... I forget. I've kept a different one, but I can't remember what it was. I love Copetochromis. They're awesome. Pink Panther Crypts are beautiful. All right, that's what it was. Pink Panther Crypts. I pretty much have the worst memory in the world. I like the Pink Flamingo. You no longer do Thursday nights. Nope, I'll never do Thursday night again. And I haven't been doing that for a long time. A long time. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever do more than one live stream a week in this format. I might do, like, actually it's been a long time since I've done one in the fish room, like just a 5 to 10 minute one. I might have to start doing that again. But as far as like this format, hour long, it'll only be on Monday nights now. Anyways, Pink Panther Crypts are beautiful. Long-term propagating bronze. Yep. Cleaners, we got that one. Hello, everyone. I have a question. How much does TDS matter in a shrimp tank? Cherry shrimp need TDS of 180 to 400, but could they survive in water if TDS with 140 to 150? Absolutely, Johnny. No problemo. I use cilantro from my aquaponics system in my carne asada jelly. I'm not jealous of your cilantro or your aquaponics system, but I am jelly of your carne asada. I'll always be. I had some of that. Actually, I had carne asada yesterday, and it was a gigantic portion. It was really good. Why do crypts grow awesome, then melt back repeatedly? It's pretty much like, I think it has to do with your water. Like, something changed in your water that the crypts didn't like, and so they all just die off. They will grow back, but that's just my hypothesis. Is carbon in water changes the only way to remove pesticides and fertilizers? Well, carbon will remove a lot, but there's some stuff that it won't remove. So probably just water changes. Obviously, you know, you could use carbon to help remove it. But there is some things that carbon can't remove, so definitely do water changes. Have you ever kept Pundamilia, whatever that word is? They're pretty cool. I like them. The juvies have crazy color. I have kept Pundamilia before, but it was an undescribed species that was just discovered. So I have not kept that one, but I have kept Pundamilia, and they are fun fish, but they are also, you know, like the Victorians, that only the dominant male gets the really nice color. So it's kind of cool, but it's kind of crappy at the same time. The way Bob says carne asada catastrophe. Carne asada. Carne asada? I don't know. They know what I'm talking about when I order it, so I don't know. If I'm saying it wrong, then I'm saying it wrong. Best fish for profit? Probably guppies. Guppies, endlers, livebearers, but probably guppies. And probably by a long shot. Maybe cherry shrimp, bristlenose plecos. You know, it depends on your market as well. Guppies are kind of big in this area, so they sell really fast no matter what kind they are. Mutts generally do better than specific strains in my area, so I mean, for me it would be guppies. Also have some super red empress. Those I'm not too crazy about. They are cool fish, but probably one I'll never keep. The Mustang out from, I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. Because I used to enjoy the chats about underground tunnels at Denver. Oh, are you talking about on the other channel? On my second channel? I don't really do anything on the second channel anymore. I actually removed it even off of like this channel, so I don't know. I think I'm gonna change my second channel to something else. I don't know. We'll see. If I don't know, I might never do anything with it, but yeah, I don't promote it anymore. I don't talk about it anymore, just because I don't really do anything anymore. Plus, Jimmy refuses to come on that channel anymore now, so you can all thank Jimmy. You know, thanks Jimmy, jerk. So Corridora and his Amazon puffer tank, that's what I'm thinking, but everyone else was saying it would be a bloodbath. I have never had an issue with Amazon puffers killing any fish, ever. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but Corridoras, they're still armored catfish. And I don't think, unless you just had a really, really jerk of an Amazon puffer, I've never seen any issues with Amazon puffers. So yeah, I think people that maybe don't have experience with puffers just go off of what they read on the internet, that puffers are hyper aggressive, kill everything fish, which is just not true. I know like years and years ago when I was researching Mabu puffers, everyone was saying how they're like super aggressive, angry fish, and then that was actually before I even met like Corey. And then, you know, I met Corey and he has a Mabu puffer and it's in with a ton of other fish. And I'm like, wait a minute here. I thought these fish were supposed to be like super aggressive, kill everything. And they're not. Like my Maboo puffers with rainbows, with angels, with barbs, no problems at all. So I think people just assume that all puffers are angry, just like a lot of people assume that all puffers are saltwater. So, yeah. You got your old pal Charles. Oh yes, Charles Fish Tank is now playing. So maybe we will start. Maybe we'll start streaming again. I don't know. The South Amazon puffer is known as the friendliest puffer for a reason. Yes, so it's either called the Amazon puffer or the South American puffer, depending on, I think, where you're at. I don't know. But it is the same fish, and they are very friendly. I'm obsessed with Africans, just don't like the African cichlid community too much. I hear you there. Love hanging out in the community fish groups more. Weird how there's such a difference. Yeah, the African cichlid people, I don't really hang out with those guys either. I'm not in any, well, I was gonna say I'm not in like any African cichlid groups on Facebook. I am on Tanganyikan cichlid groups because I feel like Tanganyikan people are like the exception to the African cichlid people. I don't know. I'm gonna lose all my African cichlid subscribers, but I mean, there is kind of that stereotype of African cichlid people. Dwarf chain loach and a shrimp tank for snail control. Your thoughts, please. Thank you, Bob. I would bet that they would eat your shrimp as well. What else? Cool. Good to know. Thanks for the info, everyone. Yep. I think it's just, like I said, I think it's just one of those stigmas. People just assume it without ever, like, keeping the fish. Rio says, I've seen people keep Maboos with other predators such as arowanas. But downside is that the Maboo loses its personality. Yeah, I mean, it can definitely hold. Their tangs are highbrow. Oh, man. Tangs are awesome fish. Like, they have more personality and Tanganyikan fish than like the biggest African cichlids. Like, is, you know, the interesting thing, well, anyways, never mind. Getting a 55 gallon, oops, I gotta keep doing that, or quit doing that. Getting a 55-gallon tank, I'm going to Heavily Planet and now thinking Amazon puffers and red minor tetras, but don't know where to get the puffers besides online. My LFS doesn't sell them. Sounds like that's gonna be your only option. Now, LFSs do have access to fish, so they might not sell them, but they might be able to special order them, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know why that was so hard to say. Mike, what's up, buddy? Do you have experience in killies? Yes, but I would say that I'm not like an expert at killies. I have kept many different kinds of killifish. I don't really get into killifish that much anymore. Like this orange one right here, that is actually my fish. Was my fish. I feel like they're expensive. I don't know. They're expensive. They have a shorter lifespan than most fish, than a lot of fish for how expensive they are. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm kind of a jerk for saying that. I don't know. But I think lamp-eye killifish are awesome, and I've bred them. They're really easy to breed. Clown killies are another really good killie. Yep, super awesome. Have you ever bought fish from Aquabid? Oh, yes. Yep, and it was a really bad experience. I think I've only bought fish once, and it was a bad experience. Like, the seller just did some really stupid things, and I mean, I got all my money back, but I've bought a lot of plants off Aquabid, but only fish once. Yep. African cichlids are awesome, but some people are not so awesome. That is it. Yep. And I think that community turns a lot of people off on African cichlids as well. Just kind of how they act. I don't know. There's those same types of people in all communities, but it seems like it's just a lot more in the African cichlid community. Did you breed the lamp-eye killifish in a community tank or species only, Bob? In a community tank. It was in a 33-gallon long There was lamp Achilles, Pseudomagil fricatas, Aspidoras, and I'd assume there was a pleco or two in there as well, but it's pretty much things that were not going to bother the fry. David, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. And it was also like heavily planted, like super planted tank. Sorry I'm late, fixing my daughter's antenna to pick up Big Brother. What did I miss? Not a lot. We had a blue screen of death, so we had to restart the stream, but that's about it. Good, maybe mine will breed too. Yeah, like it was, the tank was so heavily planted, like a 33-gallon long, you couldn't even see the back of it. The plants were so thick. I have a mixed tank, and I love posting pictures and have people lecture me on what an awful human being I am. Yep, and I got it all the time. I had Mbunas with haps, and every time I would post a video on it, you get just comments on comments. Yeah, it's pretty funny. There's a lot of banned cichlid people on my channel. My experiences on aquabait and shipping in fish have been very positive. Yeah, I mean, obviously you do your research and you buy, you know, from people who have positive reviews. This person did too. The fish he sold me were fry, and I knew they were not necessarily fry, but obviously like juvenile, but they were seriously like weeks old, which was just unacceptable. I can't believe anyone would ship fish that small that are known to be poor shippers to begin with. It was insane. I couldn't believe how small they were. Some guy was putting his Africans down the hotel toilet? What? What? Huh. Interesting. T Riddle, what's up? I don't even... Putting his Africans down the hotel toilet. That is bizarre. Alec says Malawi police. Yes, absolutely Malawi police. Yep, I got Muna Habs peacocks as well. Central and South American cichlids all housed together. See, I wouldn't do that, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but I wouldn't mix Africans with South Americans or Central Americans, just because I like to keep. I do like to have like somewhat of biotope aquariums. So that's just why I wouldn't do it. I would keep both, but I would not keep both together, just because. I don't know. My dad has an electric blue that has a huge, like, red wart-looking thing that has been growing on the tip of its lip and getting bigger. Any ideas on how to treat or what it is? So again, I don't like giving medical advice or how to treat your fish, because I don't want to be responsible for when they die. But maybe people in chat can help you. But if it was me, I would just put it in a quarantine tank, hit it with the 3 meds that I always use, erythromycin, ICX, and General Cure, and see if it continues to grow. It might be like a cyst that you have to cut off. It might not be. So, yeah. What? Hey, what's this lizard next to my name? Because you're magical, Jamie. Oh, because you're magical, Jamie. Fairy dust and all. All right. On a fish channel at a fish show. Were they dead or were they alive? I feel like a channel that would do that would be kind of committing suicide, but I don't know. I'm good at growing rare and aquatic plants like algae. I saw some guy here in Singapore put Ultums, Frontosa, and Datnoids in the same tank. The fish were all doing well and eating. Not sure how he does it. Again, it's like one of those things, like, just because they're alive and eating doesn't mean that they're, like, thriving. I mean, but that doesn't mean they're not either. How many rainbow, male to female, for best color pop? Well, really, so I'll tell you, I've never done a full male tank, so I don't know how much color, if any, you lose in only male tanks. I do know that you would lose some of the natural behavior, but I would always do 1-to-1. When I buy rainbows, I always just try to go 1 male, 1 female. I can't tell you if that is the best ratio. That's just what I go with. I have Mbuna, Peacocks, and Haps on 125 with a single Frontosa. As soon as I added the Frontosa, all the regression stopped. It's a beautiful tank now. There you go. There you go. Living versus thriving. Yep. My algae is purling. Yep, mine does too. Oh, man. Neezy says, before I order another truckload of substrate, any suggestions for substrate? A fancy goldfish Danio tank. I'm thinking Eco-Complete or Stratum as a base. Still kicking around ideas. I honestly am not much of a fan of Stratum. I've now used it in 2 tanks, and I don't know. I just like Eco-Complete better. That's kind of what... Probably the only thing I'll use from now on is Eco-Complete for planet tanks. If you're not planning it, I probably wouldn't waste money on Eco-Complete. Nisi has a lizard too, so I know I'm in good company. Oh, the icon. I thought like an actual lizard. What else? Nisi. Slat. Chat is slowing down. I'm not gonna go. I saw some guy here. Okay. I like the way fish purists always argue it's not natural to keep fish together from different parts of the world. Duh. Keeping fish in glass box isn't natural. Sit down and shut up. That is true. That is true. I can't remember. One of my tanks someone was giving me crap about, and like the fish were breeding in it. Now, I think it's pretty easy to make the difference from thriving and living when the fish are actually breeding. Like if they're breeding, they gotta be pretty happy to breed. Or the $65 bag of ADA substrate. Now, to be fair, I've never used like ADA only. I've mixed ADA with other substrate, but as far as ADA only tank, I've never used it. So, and I probably never will because it's really expensive and I can't afford it. Slat is pretty cho tonight. Yep. I have a new 125. How much Eco-Complete would you recommend for a heavily planted tank? Well, I've never filled a 125 with Eco-Complete. That being said, 40 gallon, like the minimum for a 40 gallon is 2 bags. I like 3 bags. So probably 9 bags, maybe? I don't know. Slat is pretty cho tonight. Slat is pretty cho tonight. Bristle, what? Bristle knows. Have you ever kept the Golden Wonder? I can't find many videos about them. I want to breed them in outdoor tubs and don't know a good size, temp, and male-female ratio. I have not. I have not. My lake clams are still alive. It's been more than a year. Do you like spot feed them, or are they just like filtering your water naturally, or do you actually have to feed them? That's actually really cool. Most freshwater clams don't live in aquariums, so that's pretty awesome. John says, thinking about driving 4 hours round trip for Cyprichromis blue neons. Only fish I still need for 120 Tanganyika community. I'm going to be setting up. 4 hours round trip, so 2 hours there, 2 hours back for probably one of the coolest Tanganyikans you can own. Might be worth it. It might be worth it. I'd probably do it. I'd probably do it. If I had good company. I probably wouldn't do it by myself because I'd get bored. But if I had good company, I'd probably make a 4 hour round trip for a fish like that. Fish have individual personalities. I once had a black squirt tetra a black squirt tetra who was meaner than my red tail shark. Yeah, there's definitely some a-holes out there in the fish world. I use 6 bags of Eco-Complete in my 125 with a layer of sand under. Yeah, I would say probably like 9 bags. Filter the water. Wow, you don't have to like specifically feed them at all. That is awesome. That is actually really cool. I would love to put clams in one of my tanks, but I know I would probably just kill them. Isn't the footprint of a 40 breeder like half of a 125? So it is 36 inches, and a 125 is 72. That is correct. I am biased because I like really, really deep substrate. So when you ask me my opinion, that's pretty much how I would do it. Yeah. Have you ever bred fish outside? No, I have never kept anything outside. I kept a tank outside full of water for mosquito larvae, and that summer I had mosquitoes everywhere, so I've never done that again. But it was really, my rainbows loved the mosquito larvae. I can't do eco complete on top. The goldfish don't want to lose another to choking. Yep, poor Ortis. Quick right, all-purpose gravel at 8 cents per pound. Use liquid fertilizers and even root tab feeders do well. Best online site to buy discus. I cannot answer that question, my friend. I've never really been into discus, so maybe someone in chat has bought discus online, but I have never even researched buying discus online, so I wouldn't know. That's why I'm leaning towards stratum. It smushes easily. I don't like stratum, but you might love stratum. Those who use Easy Green, do you just store at room temp or in the fridge? I thought I saw somewhere to keep it in the fridge. So I keep mine in my fish room, but mine doesn't last long enough to have anything bad happen to it. So I assume maybe a lot of people keep it in the fridge, but mine doesn't last long enough. Jimmy kept Bob's mascara barbs outside too soon. Yep, that was a slaughter. Jeez, I forgot about that. Where are the kamakas? What are you talking about? I don't have kamakas. I had kamakas years and years ago, but I don't have any now. 4 hours round trip, no problem. We drove 5 hours one way for meetup at the co-op last year. Go for it. The journey is part of the fun. Candy, how's the water flow with the AC 100? Does it leave you wanting more? I keep my Easy Green in the tank stand, so just normal room temperature. Yeah, I don't know that you're gonna have it long enough for it. I think it starts like growing mold or something after, and this is all liquid fertilizers. It starts like growing mold, something crazy like that. T Frakes Tank says Uncle Sam's Discus is a good site for dem fish. There you go. No, DC, I have to keep mine on low flow, too much for nanos. Discus Hans for Stenker lines, Kenny's Discus for Asian lines and for wilds. Jack Watley Discus. There you go. That was a pretty complete answer. Let me donate my kamakas to you. I will always take free rainbow fish, always. Rachel Leary is here. Hello. Hi, Bob. I'm late to the chat. Any news on what happened to the shrimp? Nope. Nope. Absolutely no clue. No clue. Like I said earlier, I did water changes that weekend on almost every fish tank I own. And I have many shrimps. And I have one other tank with Neos that I did with Amanos that I did a water change in with no problem. It was only those ones, and those ones were in my quarantine tank for at least 2 weeks. So I really have no idea. Can Monte Carlo be grown in sand substrate? Some people can. I can't. I'm not good enough to even grow Monte Carlo, period. But I have seen Monte Carlo grown in sand, yes. Can you put any kind of mat or cushion under your tank? Adam, a lot of people do that with larger tanks, larger acrylic tanks. I bought a 135-gallon acrylic tank that came with a mat underneath it. So yeah, yep, people do it. Michael says, there has been a Rachel sighting. There has been. Everyone's saying hello to Rachel. Oh, great. Not only does Easy Green grow awesome algae, but grows mold too. Again, that is all liquid fertilizer. All liquid fertilizer. And you'd have to probably keep it in the sun for like a year. honestly. Sorry I'm late. Spent all day uploading a video to premiere tomorrow that is in 4K. My poor internet was struggling. Ooh, a 4K video. What time is the premiere? You gotta say what time it is. Is Zach's Tanks Crazy Aquarium guy still here? That's a lot to type out. You could just do the @ symbol and then put Zach, and if he's here, his name will pop up. Fish royalty in the house. Aw, thanks. I'm not royalty. I'm just kidding, Mark. We all know you're talking about, Rachel. A lot to say as well. Yep, just try the @ trick. That's how you tell if someone's in the chat. I grew it in black fluorite sand. Fluorite black sand. So yes, there you go. Monte Carlo grown in fluorite black sand. Keep plant food in dark. Yes, keep it in the dark. So keeping it in your stand, you'll probably be just fine. Want to see the Kamakas? Go to my Instagram, Manuel80. Manuel80. There you go. I will probably forget. Not gonna lie, I will probably forget. Zach says, I'm still here. Thanks, Callus Million. Made the mistake of putting down sand substrate before looking into compatible plants. So, a lot of people say that plants can't be grown in sand. It's just more difficult to grow plants in sand. It's more difficult for the plants to grow in sand, I should say. I'm typing on a phone, Bob. Doesn't auto pop. Really? I didn't know that was only a computer thing. How are your cities doing with your goldies? Can Monte Carlo grow on wood? No, it does need to root somewhere. And I'm pretty sure Mike at AquaPros is trying something similar. I think it's on rock instead of wood, but I don't think it's gonna work. They definitely have roots. It's not like a Nubius where it's it's getting the nutrients from like rhizomes and the rhizome. Yeah, I don't know if I said that right. I was trying to think, but anyways, I'm pretty sure that it needs substrate to grow. Me Too doesn't work for me on Android. Oh, I guess that's only a computer thing then. I had no idea. I don't really YouTube on my phone ever. Dang it, autocorrect. Ha ha ha. Yeah, cities. I have no idea what she's talking about. I got plans at 12:30 tomorrow. Oh, did she say when it was premiering? 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. I think is 11:30 my time, or 10:30 a.m. Not p.m. a.m. I don't remember. Zach, how are your Corys doing with your goldies? Need to add more flare to the 180 after the stand is fixed. I was wondering what you were talking about. What is your favorite fish to breed, or your favorite you have bred since you have been in the hobby? Absolutely, my Parasiprochromis was the most rewarding. That being said, they're an extremely easy fish to breed, but they were a very hard fish to acquire. So that is why they were my favorite. Candy, you already know how much Siri loves me. 3 minutes? Holy cow, that was a fast hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 5 minutes, counting the little mishap there. I'm kind of curious as to what Zach's answer is going to be. Corys with goldfish. Corys with goldfish. I bet it's alright. Depending on the Corys. Mats under the tank depends on construction. Most tanks are constructed to have the weight on the edges, but some are built to distribute the weight on the bottom. Those need pads to prevent cracking. Yeah, like I would assume like acrylic tanks. Glass tanks have the rims. Impromptu Jeffro tonight. He was here. Maybe he'll chime in. I never attend these live things. They annoy me, but I love me some Bob Overflow videos. Those vids never fail to amuse me. This fish keeper, by the way, wearing your t-shirt right now. Well, thank you, Vicky. It's good to see you in a live stream. Fun times. I see you, everyone. Mr. B's Fishing Things. Who's going to Aquashella in Dallas? We can end it with that. Everyone who is going to Aquashella in Dallas in March, go ahead and chime in. We will end it with that. Let's see if I can do this without breaking. I think Zach was the only super chat tonight, so thank you, Zach's Tanks Crazy Aquarium guy. I appreciate it. Thanks for everyone who stuck through that little computer mishap. So I know Rachel. Oh, Rachel already chimed in. Yes, Rachel is going. Time to go riding, Bob. I killed my battery, Tampa Tom. I killed my battery, so yeah. I gotta jump it. I gotta charge it. So no corridoras with big goldfish anymore. There you go. Ray's, yes, Ray will be there. Almost every YouTuber will be there. But as far as non-YouTubers in chat, large species, adult Cory should be okay. You'd probably want colder species Corys too. Thanks. I don't see anyone else chiming in except for like actual YouTubers. I am not going, so you know, there's that. But I think almost like every YouTuber is going, except for me. Alright guys, it is 6 o'clock, time to end the stream. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks for sticking with me through the little mishap there. And I will see you all at the same time. Not the same time, because I was early today. But 5 o'clock next week, I will be here. I hope to see you guys. Again, thank you, and I'll see you next week. I said that like 20 times.